What's going on, guys? My name's Ethan for Birdman Strength. I've been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for just under 3 years, and in the past I've competed in men's physique, powerlifting, and strongman. I've spent an awful lot of time trying to get better at deadlifts. I know a lot of grapplers who want to get stronger. They think that the deadlift would help, but they're afraid of getting hurt, and they're afraid of looking silly in the gym, not knowing what they're doing. So in this video, I'm going to show you 5 beginner mistakes to avoid for the deadlift. Mistake number 1 is having an uneven stance, an uneven grip. So we've got markings here on the bar. We have smooth and we have knurled areas. We also have rings. These are here for us to make sure that we're standing with an even stance and also gripping evenly. So look down to start, look at the smooth and the knurled areas, and make sure that your grip is equal on both sides and also that your stance is equal on both sides. The reason being, if you're uneven and you try and pull, you're going to pull uneven. So what we want to do is make sure everything's square, and then we can stand up square. Mistake number 2 is bending the elbows. People do this mostly when they're using a mixed grip. In case you don't know, just briefly, the mixed grip is used to make your grip stronger in powerlifting when you're not allowed to use straps. Because you've got this supinated grip, people bend their elbows like this. People also do it with a double overhand grip. The reason they do it is because they're trying to move the bar as fast as possible and use as much muscle as possible. But bending your elbows doesn't actually help you at all. All it does is increase the risk of a bicep injury. 2 common ways to fix this error. Firstly is to think of your arms as hooks that aren't really active. They're just hooking onto the bar while your legs and back move the weight. The way I used to fix this was by contracting my triceps, which locks my elbows into place. So when I was setting up, making sure that my stance is even, my grip's even, then I would lock my triceps before I pulled. If you're contracting your triceps, it's very difficult to bend your elbows. Beginner mistake number 3 is having the bar too far away from you. So if you just take a weight, it doesn't even have to be very heavy, and you hold it far away from your body, it's far more difficult than holding it close to your body. You could hold this forever. You might only be able to hold this for a few minutes. The same is true when we're deadlifting. If we have the bar over our toes, we try and lift, I can feel a lot of tension in my hamstrings, my lower back. But if I have the bar very close to my shins, that feels so much easier. So make sure when you pull, the bar is nice and close to your body at the start position, and it stays close to you all the way up and all the way down. The next mistake kind of leads on from this. So we've all been told that we're supposed to squat up heavy loads using our legs, taking our back out of it. But with the deadlift, we can't get away from the fact that the bar is in front of us. The bar, we can't bend it around us. We can't walk through the barbell. It's just bouncing off our shins. So we have to accept the fact the bar's in front of us. Now, we just said, we don't want the bar very far away from us. If I try and squat it up, my knees go forward and the bar just goes forward. Watch again. As soon as I sit down, the bar just goes forward. Now it's miles away from me. So we don't want to try and squat up a deadlift. Otherwise, it would just be called a squat. We want to raise our hips, and we want our shoulders to be just in front of the line of the barbell. So if you've got a line going straight up, our shoulders should be just in front of that line. That's where we're pulling from. So it's very common for people to say, try and squat it up. Very bad advice. Don't try and squat a deadlift, deadlift a deadlift. If you want to squat, go and squat. The final mistake for today is trying to hyperextend your lower back. Again, people do this with good intentions. They're trying to keep their back safe. So when they're here, they arch their lower back, lift their chin up, and they try and pull like this. The problem is, we all know as soon as we put some load on there, it's not going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to start in this position, and you're going to try and pull, and you're going to get into here, and then you're going to lift it off the ground. You're going to get hurt. You're just not going to be very strong. So what I want you to do instead is try and imagine that your torso is like a refrigerator. It's just solid. It's stacked, super strong, unmovable. It doesn't bend either way. It's not doing this. It's not doing this. It's just solid in the middle. Now, a good way to practice this is just imagine, or a good way to visualize this, someone's going to punch you in the stomach. You just brace and maintain this tension. So I'm going to get punched in the stomach, braced. That's how it should feel. You don't have to hyperextend, just be neutral, but be solid. Thanks very much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, feel free to like it and share it with your grappling friends. See you in the next one.